After 12 years in power, Merkel was humbled in last month's national election by a surge of the anti-immigrant far-right, and she must now broker a three-way coalition of her conservatives, the pro-business Free Democrats, FDP, and the Greens, a combination previously untested at the federal level. The task is further complicated by the fact that Merkel's conservative bloc compromises her Christian Democratic Union, CDU, and the right-leaning Bavarian CSU, whose alliance has been strained by her open-door migrants policy. As we know that the points that separate us outweigh those we have in common, one can have doubts about whether a coalition agreement is possible this year, he said. It is conceivable that we can't complete in December, and that final talks, if there even are any, will only possible next year. The three-way tie-up, dubbed a Jamaica coalition after the black, green, and yellow colors of the three-party blocs that match the Caribbean nation's flag, is Merkel's only realistic option of forming a government. The center-left Social Democrats, her previous partners in an awkward grand coalition, insist they now want to go into opposition. Big differences at a national level. The CDU/CSU, FDP, and Greens have deep differences on issues ranging from migration to European Union reform, tax, and the environment. It's our joint responsibility, our duty in fact, to form a government from that and to pursue sensible policies for our citizens and country. I think that's possible, she said. O'Brien said diverging opinions between the three parties meant they would have to nail down an in-depth deal. We need, in a possible Jamaica coalition agreement, a significantly higher level of detail than was the case with the Grand Coalition, he said. The differences between the parties are big, so the agreements need to go deeper. In their compromise struck on Sunday, the CDU and CSU agreed to limit to 200,000 the number of newcomers Germany would accept per year on humanitarian grounds. The FDP and Greens insist the Conservatives' agreement cannot simply be copied into a coalition deal. Senior Greens member Jürgen Trittin accused the Conservatives on Tuesday of violating Christian values because they wanted to keep suspending family reunifications for migrants granted subsidiary protection, those who do not qualify as refugees but need international protection. But O'Brien, whose CSU is worried about losing its regional dominance in Bavaria's state election next year, said the Allies' accord must be reflected in a coalition deal. The intransigence of the CSU, Greens, and FDP on the migrants issue points to difficult coalition talks that risk clouding the political outlook in Germany, which has been a source of stability in Europe during Merkel's tenure.